I want to talk about the 48 laws of power in the workplace. And the reason why is because I saw a video by Robert Greene where he was talking about the book not being like a war book or a book that prepares you for war.
What is misunderstood is that there's a very important aspect in the 48 laws of power that people ignore, which is building alliances, which is learning how to work with people.
Right? Because when people read 48 Laws of Power, they sort of treat it like there's this other book called The Art of War. So when people read 48 Laws of Power, they sort of used the mind frame that they use with The Art of War, which is not the way to go about it. And Robert Greene sort of said that this book is mostly about business and how to move in the workplace and just in life. Plan all the way to the end, right? So you need to think in 5 years. Like don't just have a 6 month plan or a 3 month plan. Plan your things all the way to the end. Like every 5 years, plan what's gonna happen in the next 5 years. There are different ways of, for example, creating a project and planning it, right? So there are two plans. One is called the waterfall model, and then the other one is an agile method. So with agile, it's like you plan your entire project, but you're gonna do it in small chunks, right? So you'll do one portion of the project, and that is considered complete. Portion of the project, and so on, right? Up until the project is done. But then when it comes to the waterfall model, it is where the entire project is being executed all the way to the end. So there aren't any portions. It might be the same project, but the way you do it in waterfall is that you run the entire project, you run the entire course of the project and the development life cycle all the way to the end. And then when you get there, that's when the project is considered complete, right? So regardless of which method you're using to complete your project, you still need to plan things all the way to the end, which is what's important. So the 48 laws of power teaches us that whenever you get a chance, plan things all the way to the end. Even if it's your career, plan all things all the way to the end. If you just got into a new position, if you just got into a new job, plan what you're gonna do all the way to the end. Concentrate your forces. That's law number 23. Law number 23 is concentrate your forces. Don't just chase anything. It's better to rather specialize, be the go-to person. In the book, but I can't give spoilers. Basically, in the book, they do give stories regarding these laws and how they were transgressed and, how to avoid transgressing. Law number 35 is master the art of timing. Master when to speak, you need to master when to make a request. It's all about striking while the iron is still hot. You understand? And why? Because this allows for efficiency, this allows for longevity. Because if you're just going to be doing things, if you just freestyle everything, it's going to cause issues. Know when the market is shifting, know when things are going up, know when things are going sideways. You need to know how to navigate properly. But take that into consideration whenever you think of the 48 laws of power. This is one of the most important ones, where it's like you can do things correctly, but if you do them at the wrong time, they don't matter. That's why timing is important. Law number 28 is to enter action with boldness. This is self-explanatory. Don't like flip-flop in your decisions. Your decisions need to be firm, and your decisions need to be direct. And make a decision, make it with boldness, and act with boldness. Law number 38, think as you like, behave like others. This has more to do with adaptation than anything. Yes, you can have your own mindset, but when you are with other human beings, there needs to be a certain level of adaptation. It's all about understanding norms and not making or requesting any crazy movements. Take it easy. Have your thinking, but first watch and give it some time. right? And that's why also the timing thing is important, because it also applies in a rule like this, where we're now saying think as you like but behave like others. And a very important thing is learn. Adaptation goes with a lot of learning and understanding. So guys, that is just a few of the laws in the 48 Laws of Power book. It's a very good book to read, and teaches you to understand psychology in a different way. Go watch a video that talks about 48 Laws of Power, and then try and see some laws that you might like, and then who knows, you might like the book and actually go and read it. But yeah guys, knowledge is a powerful weapon. Arm yourselves, and thanks for watching.